following is an exclusive presentation of Jessup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
And good morning, everyone. You're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO-FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. Here we are on this Wednesday morning. It is the 26th day of February. World-famous Butch and Bob Show brought to you by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South, just past McDonald's on the left-hand side, and by Murphy Builder Supply. Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jessup. 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
All right. Well, it's a Wednesday. So what does that mean, Bob?
Bill Werkheiser on the phone.
Bill, good morning.
Good morning. How's things in South Georgia?
They're good.
Yep.
How are things in the land?
They're busy. Got a really, really full day today. But it's all good.
Well, we got Senator Blake Tillery's view on how things are going in the state Senate up there. How's things going in the House up there, Bill?
Well, they're different. We're as busy as we've ever been, but as far as the amount of bills that they're allowing to come to the floor, we're only voting on 2 or 3 measures, and I've never seen where we've gone this deep into the session and not seen a lot of legislation. They are really vetting. The number of bills that are being filed hasn't changed, but what they're allowing to go through the system certainly has, and I don't know why. You can't say it's an election year because we have that every other year. But of course, we pass in both chambers bills that they know aren't going to make it to the other side, and so I think they're being very judicious about and really not wasting our time on stuff that's not going to get to the finish line. And as I've said the last couple of weeks, when y'all say, well, what are you passing? They're not very sexy things to talk about. Things like motor carrier safety plans, and let's see, I have a little list here. The annual drug update to comply with federal laws, the annual banking legislation to update federal regulations. One thing that we did do last week, I thought that was good, really good for our area. As most people know, Wayne County is one of the top, I think, 5 counties for timber. And I know as you go south, especially Representative Meek's district, all those surrounding counties is one of the biggest timber producers in the state. So one of the things we did, there was a move by some of our cities in metro Atlanta to exclude timber in high-rise. Well, there's a product called mass timber where they laminate really thick pieces. And when we think of laminate, we think of thin, but where they cross laminate really thick compressed pine, and it's been shown that it's actually just as strong as steel, which is hard to believe, and it's fire resistant. I don't know how to do all that, but anyway, one of the things that we passed last week was to update the Georgia Code on what could and could not be used in certain structures. And so when we talk about farmers, we generally don't talk about pine tree growers, but they're farmers, and that will help our farming community. So that was one of the things. But like I said, most of the bills are like updates to code, and I'm sure we'll see some more exciting things. Tomorrow is day 20, which means we're officially halfway through. So, but we're still, all the committees, we're hearing a large volume of bills. They're just not getting to the floor.
Had a chance to go to the school board meeting last night. They discussed budget, and of course they're waiting on what y'all are going to do with your budget because that affects their budget. But School Superintendent Jay Brenda said he recently attended a session up there in Atlanta, had a chance to talk to you guys, and he says the water cooler talk is with the budget cuts and the cuts being put in, budget being tight, that there's talk that they may not give the entire $2,000 pay raise this year. They may cut it to $1,000. You hear any talk about that, or where do you stand on that?
Yeah, and I think that's the safe bet, that if there's anything, it's going to be a partial, and I hope people don't interpret that as a not support of our teachers. We have so many needs that, I'm on public safety appropriations and on public safety, and we've got correctional officers making $35,000, $37,000 a year, and the turnover rate is crazy. And so it's like we're just paying to train 300 correctional officers every week so that we can train 300 more the next week. And so it's a matter of trying to choose between two goods. And so we've got to raise the pay of some of our other state employees. Because I don't think we have very many teachers. I don't know if we have any making, $35,000. And so, and then same situation exists over at DFACS. Those, we've got field service folks who are making life decisions for our foster kids at $35,000, and it's like they come in and they're taking the job because it's there, but their real goal is to find another job. So again, we're just paying to train when that's such an important area of our state. We really need to be, recruiting and hiring and retaining good quality folks. So it's tough.
Yeah, just joining us, Bill Werkheiser on the phone with us. Stephen Meeks and Blake Taylor talked about some COASH legislation. What's the update on that?
We do. So kind of good and bad on that. The bad part is there's been a lot of stories coming out of Juliet, Georgia, which is one of the plants in place that are COASH facilities that have closed, and they're wanting to store that just in place in wet ponds. Well, if you think dry coal ash was a problem that was being thought coming to Wayne County, wet coal ash is really a serious problem, especially when you're just putting it in the ground and it can sink in the aquifer. Well, so that, and people are testing their wells, and now the debate about, all the citizens are saying they've got contaminated water, but there's some skepticism because they won't release the data and where they got it tested, who tested it, show us the results. But anyway, the logic is you don't want to store it in cold, into a wet pond, and so they need to remove it and put it in a dry line field. Well, then that becomes the Wayne County problem. Okay, where do you put it? But anyway, because that's gotten so much media, now all of a sudden there's been a lot of coal ash bills filed, and we're actually working on another one with Dale Washburn that hadn't even made the news yet. But I think his will be something that is passable. But anyway, so Stephen's got a bill that I'm second signer on that on the tipping fees, and there's one in the Senate. And we do that sometimes, file the exact same bill in both sides because things get crazy at the very end, and so it's easier to attach and get the bill moved on. But I think that's got a better chance this year because of all the reports and news articles that we're seeing every day. So I think we say every year we work, try to pass those things, but we just keep hitting roadblocks. I think this year, and I say that with some skepticism because you never know what happens, but I feel better this year that we'll get something.
Okay. Anything else we need to be aware of before we let you go?
No, and I'm sorry, I got to scoot here. I appreciate y'all letting me call in.
Okay, well, like I said, we got another guest in the green room, so we'll look forward to talking to you next Wednesday.
Okay, well, thanks so much, y'all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, thank you very much, Bill. Representative Bill Werkheiser here on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. WIFO-FM in Jessup. Another guest coming on in just a moment. Stay tuned.
South Georgia weather.
Here's your WIFO forecast. Hi, good morning. Mostly cloudy, 40% chance of showers, stronger west winds later, highs upper 60s. Then tonight, mostly cloudy, 30% chance of evening showers, clearing late, lows in the upper 30s. Sunshine, mid-50s for tomorrow, clear low 30s for tomorrow night. Friday, sunshine, highs in the upper 50s. Saturday, sunshine, highs in the upper 50s. Georgia meteorologist John Weatherby in the GNN Weather Center.
Listen up, all you bargain hunting. Got to have the best deal shoppers. Jessup Furniture Outlet has an offer you just cannot refuse. 12 months, no interest on name brand, high quality furniture this week during their leap year sale. You know Jessup Furniture Outlet always offers discounted prices, and this week you'll save even more. No interest for 12 months on the furniture you want now through Saturday at Jessup Furniture Outlet, located in Brunswick at 651 Scranton Road, next to Old Times Buffet. Jessup Furniture Outlet, still owned and operated by the Roy Davis family. 17 minutes after 8 o'clock, you're listening to the Big Dog, WIFO FM in Jessup, 105.5 on your FM dial. World-famous Butch and Bob Show for this Wednesday morning. Bob, we got another guest. Who do we have?
Yeah, we got the hardest working man in recreation in the studios with us, Lamar Echols. Got the all-star basketball tournaments coming up this weekend, so we wanted him to come in and tell us the kids that are on the all-star teams, where they're going to be playing, and all that good information. So he's got it all in front of him. So, Speck, I'll turn it over to you. Appreciate you coming in and giving us this information about the weekend basketball tournaments, Recreation District this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. But, it's been a busy week. We juggling baseball and softball evaluations and drafts, and we still got basketball going on. So it's been kind of a hectic last 2 weeks. But we survived, and like I said, we had a good turnout for baseball. But we still in the middle of basketball season. And this weekend we got our district tournaments. We got 5 teams competing for district championships. We got the 10U boys, which we playing over there in Liberty County, and let's see.
Trying to figure out who's playing where there's playing.
Yes, sir. All right, here I got it right here. The 10U boys, which is coached by Chris Banks and Keith Rutherford, they will be playing over in Hinesville. They play Camden County number 1 at 8:30 Friday night. The members of their team is Jackson Banks, Braden Ellis, Jadon Frazier, Ashton Fuller, Aiden Meredith, Braxton Parks, Bryson Rutherford, Andrew Taylor Scott, Nehemiah Thomas, and Titus Wallace. So they headed over to Hinesville Friday night. So good luck to those guys. Everybody else goes to Douglas.
And this is all basketball for district?
Yes, sir. This is district basketball. So if we Wayne County Rec. So if we, like I said, if we get by district, we'll be headed to state next weekend. So they'll be scattered all over the state. All right, the 8U basketball All-Stars is coached by Miguel Vale, and they'll be headed to Douglas, and they play Friday night at 8:30 against Ware County. So they'll be headed to Douglas. The team members of them is Reed Bowen, Kane Flowers, Jalen Freeze, T.J. Johnson, Demarion Kinsey, Zebrion Pittman, Sam Pye, Michaela Trice, Braylon Williams, and Malachi Williams. So good luck to McGill Vale and them over there in Douglas, which I'll be over there in Douglas also with them. So good luck to them that little team there. Good little team. All right, the 12U All-Star boys basketball team, they'll also be over in Douglas, and they play at 7:15 Friday night against Camden County number 1. And the coaches for them is Dorian Anderson and Brandon Robertson. Team members are Zamir Anderson, Kellen Echols, Jadiris Everett, Jaden Floyd, Eric Hodges, Lamarion Jordan, Cedrion McGriff, Nir Patel, Robert Staffer, and Dwayne Smith. So good luck to those. The girls, you ain't got out and watch the girls, this is the most improved bunch we got. These girls was fun to watch. They played in a scrimmage game other night over there in Appleton County and won a game over there. But like I said, these are the most improved bunch of girls that we've got. They're fun to watch, so we're expecting some big things out of those. These girls been playing all summer long. They have improved, so this is our best bunch. The coaches for they are 12 and under, but you got some of them under 10, 11, so you got some young ones on here. But this is a good group. They're coached by the Percy sisters. They have done a tremendous job with these girls here. And like I said, they fun to watch. But they play over in Douglas on Saturday. I play at against Camden County at 11:15. So like I said, this is a good group of girls that they have improved so much. You got Kanaja Davis, Janasia Digsby, Ametrius Everett, Tanaja Fuller, Ty Young Fullmore, Jacayla Fullmore, Anaya Fullmore, Nigeria Guyton, Chelsea Lopez, and Canary Weatherspoon. So like I said, that's a fun little group right there, and them coaches are doing an excellent job with them. They've been playing all summer long that AAU basketball to get ready.
And you hear these last names, and it's like you go from one generation to the next. With all these same families with athletes, you know?
That's right. The 17 and under boys, which is our senior division, they the defending state champions, so hopefully they go over there and make some noise too. They play Friday night at 8:30 against Liberty County, which is probably one of the best teams in the state. So if you beat Liberty County, you're pretty well going to win your state championship because Liberty's pretty strong. They coached by Dorian Anderson and Brandon Robertson also. You got Terry Young Graves, Jordan Harris, Desmond Hartzog, Zion Jackson, Elijah Jones, Keith Jones, Elijah Lott, Alexander Moore, Malik Tillman, and Matthew Williams. So that's our teams there for the recreation for 2020. So good luck to everybody this weekend, and hopefully we'll bring home some district titles.
Getting right around the corner is the baseball, softball season. As you mentioned, registration's been underway for quite some time. So what's the numbers looking like?
We done our draft on our T-ball and Mighty Mites. That means the 5 and 6 is Tuesday, Monday night. So I haven't really got all my exact numbers in, but registration is a little bit over from what we had last year, and we had over almost 900 something kids last year. So I'm expecting a little bit higher than that. Like I said, it's a good turnout.
And when does that season begin?
We're going to begin the live pitch games, with the pitching machines and all that. We're going to begin early this year because our state and district dates are a little early this year in June. We're going to start on March the 30th. And we're going to play that whole week of March the 30th, then we're going to take the next weekend off because of spring break. And then we're going to come back after spring break on that Monday, and we're going to kick off T-ball. Everything is going to kick off then, but we're actually going to start on the 30th for everything. We got some games in Odom this year. We ended up with some Odom teams, and I talked to Brian Mansfield out there, so we're going to play he's got a few teams in Odom. We're going to play in Odom this year, and I think Scriven ended up with a wheel pitch team over there, so we'll probably play a game or two in Scriven over there with Mary Weaver and them. But turnout was very, very good. Like I said, we did our evaluations last year. We had to dodge some rain, and it's wet out there. Like I said, we've been trying to work on our fields and get them in the best condition we can, but we really can't get on them right now because of all the water.
Just soggy out there.
They are soggy. We had to cancel practices last night. I know some coaches probably got mad last night, but there ain't nothing we can do about it. It's just the weather, and if we let them out there on it, all they're gonna do is tear it up a little bit more. But y'all bear with us. Hopefully, we get some good weather in the next couple of days. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that wants to coach and all our sponsors and making this thing happen out there. But like I said, we're looking forward to a big year.
Well, you mentioned the fact that over 900 kids coming out for the
baseball,
softball. But you've also got to have all those coaches and assistant coaches and the sponsors and the umps and all and the refs and all that. There's a lot of folks involved to support those kids.
It is. Like I said, hats off to these volunteer coaches that coach. These sports, their kids, most of them's out there with the kids, and some of them's not. But like I said, if it wasn't for those, we wouldn't have a rate department. Like I said, it hats off to those guys, and I got several guys right now that's coaching several different leagues. Wow. And they bouncing around from one part to another, and I don't know how I'm going to send them to Odom. They're going to play in Jessup. So it's a mess trying to do a schedule for them. But I appreciate what all of them does. And like I said, my staff's working very hard. My maintenance staff's out there, getting these fields prepared. And we got to have scorekeepers and umpires. And like I said, it takes a lot. But like I said, we got it. We got it under control, and we're looking for a big season. So
Sounds good. Again, I just appreciate you coming in with a list of all those kids, and like I said, a lot of kids involved. And if they win district, where the state? You mentioned states all over the place. Where would they go?
I know the midget boys. If they win, they go to Carrollton, Georgia. The senior boys and I think the midget girls, they go to Effingham County, and not sure, but I think the 7 and 8s and 9 and 10 goes up there around Dalton, Georgia. They're up there in North Georgia, so it's a good ways. I think the only one that's in the South is Effingham County, and they all over the place. But like I said, I don't like looking too much ahead to jinx them. So like I said, if we have any win district this weekend, I'd be glad to come on next week again and give us a state update. So. But, also we still got, golf and tennis registration going on. We just ended track registration. The last day for that is February 28th. So if you ain't got in to sign up for track, y'all come on down. You got a couple more days. And like I said, last day in May is your golf and tennis. So, we're still doing registration for some summer sports, spring sports. So it's not too late to come in and get tennis and golf and track. So y'all come on by for that. But other than that, that's about it, Bob. Like I said, we
all stay busy all year, don't you?
Yes, sir. It's like I said, it all runs together.
One sport
yes,
together.
it's just like it's all runs together. But we're doing the best we can, and like I said, my staff's working real hard, and we getting everything ready for opening day, and we're getting excited for it. So we got, like I said, we done a lot of work on the fields out there. If people ain't went by and seen them, we got them looking real good out there. So we done a lot of work on our fields and try to upgrade a lot of stuff out there. So
I visited the office the other day. Again, that new office is nice out there.
Nice office.
It's a good location right there at the park. So that's going to be very helpful.
That is. Like I said, I can kind of keep an eye on things right there, and I can
cut down your travel time.
It sure does. I can walk right there to fields, and man, I'm right there at it. Like I said, if I need something, I can run back to the office. It's more convenient, and it's like I said, it's nice to be out there. And we got some nice brand new building, so it's very nice. So appreciate them getting us that building out there. So.
Okay.
That's nice. Well, appreciate you coming in.
Well, thank you, Bob.
We'll keep
like
everybody
I said,
we'll have the update Monday, and let everybody know how they do. So.
Well, I didn't get by to your ceremony, but congratulations on your Hall of Fame there.
Isn't that something? Hall of Fame, Bob Morgan.
Hall of Fame, Bob Morgan.
Yes, sir, man.
But that's good. But thank y'all for having me. Like I said, I'll come back next week if we have any. Hopefully we have some district champs. So.
Okay. Thanks for coming in today. All right, you've been listening to the world-famous Butch and Bob Show, brought to you by Murphy Builder Supply on Northeast Broad Street in downtown Jessup, with the Builders Buy, located right down from the Big Red Caboose, and by Nips Car Wash, located on Highway 301 South, just past McDonald's on the left-hand side.
The world famous